Thank you so much for that, Joanne. Next up is Mr. Omar, who is the Executive Director of the Refugee Dream Center, and will share his experience being a part of the Youth Jobs Program by offering a job placement at his organization. Omar?
Well, thank you so much. Thanks, Mayor Elorza, and thank you, Joanne and Cedric, for the amazing work you're doing and the investment you're doing through nonviolence, but also mentoring within the community. I want to start by talking about investing on youth, because I have two amazing young people here with me. Abel Ndungutsai here, and behind me, Night Jean, who I met these young people a couple of years ago, and they were just new to this country. I had been a refugee, I went through the process, I started the center, and I thought they needed investment. I did not know what to do, I didn't have any funding for that. But I knew if I did something, somebody might see. At some point, 2 years ago, I think three years ago, right? The Rhode Foundation found them and gave each of them a scholarship of $80,000 because they saw them at the center, the work they were doing, their engagement, actually at some point mentoring their fellow refugee young people. Today they are about to complete college with an $80,000 scholarship each. And this past summer I was honored to receive funding from the mayor's office because they also saw what we were doing. They funded dozens of refugee youth to be employed with the center, to work with us, and to be paid. And again, because somebody saw, the mayor saw, and believed in what we were doing and the importance of investment in these young people. And we are happy to announce that the work these people were doing was not only about non-violence investment. It was not only about mentoring, it was beyond that. A lot of refugee young people are heads of families in court, one way or the other, because they came from camps, from war, where people, most of the time, the men are in prison or they are dead. They come with their single mothers. The mothers, some of them are underemployed or are not employed. A lot of these kids, when I ask them, what did you do with your check? They say, oh, I gave it to my mom to pay for electricity bills, gas bills, phone bills, or to contribute to rental payment. So this is why I think it's important to see that refugees here represent the diverse populations of Providence. It is not, the population of Providence is not what we see, it is beyond that. A lot of the people that we see in police reports or in the schools, by looking at the last names alone, I can tell this was probably a generation ago or recently arriving refugees, or 2-3 generations back. So they are here, they belong to us, they are part of us. And most of them, when they come to Providence, some move away, out of state to other cities, but most of them stay in Providence. And most importantly, to this neighborhood here in the West End, south of Providence, or some of them Mount Pleasant, but most of them end up here. I was moved by the story of the mayor when he was running for the office a couple of years back, I think against Cianci. When he talked about growing up here in this West End area, Cranston Street, went to New York, came back to serve because somebody was affected, somebody close to him. I said, this resonates with us, the refugee community. We are here in the West End, in the South End of Providence, and because of that story, I started thinking, I had just started the center. I said, what happens when these kids get out of school? What happens in the summers? What do the refugee kids do? And majority of the refugees coming in here are youth anyway, or children. What happens to them? They cannot go to other programs in the mainstream world. They cannot go to other mentoring programs because that is not their culture. They feel they do not belong. So I thought we should start mentoring them and guiding them and supporting them. So currently we serve about 150 refugee youth, and I can tell you the biggest investor is the mayor's office, because they see that these kids are our kids, they belong here. They may speak with a different accent, but they belong here. They may have a different last name, but they belong here, and they may have a different color or country of origin, but they're part of us. And that is why this investment, this particular investment by the mayor, I can tell you it will make a huge difference in every community in this city. So I just wanted to thank you again, specifically Mayor Elorza, because you are reminding us you did not forget where you grew up from. Thank you so much.